Really a tremendous occasion for me. In 20 years of Design Essentials McBride Research Laboratories, the 20th anniversary rather, total for me is like 38 years of being in business, 38 continuous years. And I guess I'm just a born entrepreneur at heart. I think all my life I thought about being in business even when I was a young person. I never thought in terms of just working for someone. I thought about, you know, being in business. In fact, I used to have a lot of little businesses that I called my business when I was growing up. And for very good reason. I wanted to always determine my own destiny. And I felt like in my generation that was kind of hard to do. My parents worked at the local mill, the Savannah Sugar Refinery. And the amazing thing was that I had a role model. My role model was my own relative, my uncle, who had dry cleaners back in the 1950s. And when I looked at my father and I looked at him, my father was working on a job where he was always dissatisfied, and my uncle had a pocket full of money. And I said, I want to be like that guy right there. You know, he's got the money. So anyway, that was my motivation for being in business early on. But Design Essentials has certainly been a tremendous product. I say Design Essentials, I mean McBride Research Laboratories. And the reason being is because what we've done with this company is created a whole new business model. You know, you hear a lot of talk about the Asians and why we can't, and we don't have distribution, and we don't. See, I'm not one of those people who believe in just complaining about things, but to try to do something about those things. I don't believe in all the entitlement stuff per se. And I'm not a victim, you know, I'm just not a victim. And so what we set out to do 20 years ago was to create a company built around having your own distribution network. And that's what Design Essentials is, and that's what McBride Research Laboratory is. It's about having that network so that you can access the market. And you cannot say somebody is keeping you from that market. And so it's been 20 years, and of course when we first started, not a whole lot of folks gave us a chance of being successful with this model. But I knew and thought back then that it could be successful. But we had certain hurdles and certain things to overcome, and we continue to have that. First of all, we got to always be good business people, you know, and we got to have a good product, and we got to deliver that product, you know, in a timely manner. And so after 20 years, I've now, as some of you may know, turned over the reins to Cornell Jr., and he is now the president of the company, and I'm kind of off to the side. But let me tell you this. In making that decision, it was not a tough decision for me. The reason it was not tough was simply because I was watching him perform every step along the way. You know, he's been in charge for a long time. And I got to the point to where I really didn't have to go to meetings. And I said, if I don't have to go to meetings, then why do I go to meetings? I might as well, you know, let him do his thing. And he's built a great team of people, not just him, but with his other siblings, as well as the other members of the team, and they're doing a fantastic job. And so here we stand 20 years later with McBride Research Laboratories, on top of 18 years with M&M Products Company, a total of 38 years in business, and I'm very proud and very happy. Thank you.
All right.
I was speaking to someone earlier about, again, going back 30 plus years, and back then we had afros and we had, you know, some relax here, we had a little bit of pressing curl and stuff. But that was kind of it. Okay? And so while you still have all of that, we've added on, you know, these different segments. So you've had a further segmentation of the marketplace. We know that relaxer sales are down some, you know, 2-3 million units, and that the natural hair market is roughly 35% of the market now. And so as a company, we just simply could not sit there and ignore that segment that's growing like crazy. And the odd thing about that segment is that it's led by a lot of small companies, you know. And so we felt a need to be in there. We think that we're uniquely positioned because we have that distribution network going direct to salons. Now, our brand will not be in retail stores. Will be only sold through salons, because that's our model, and through our distributor network, and so that was the reason behind it. We, just like the appliance business, we were in that business as well. It's another way of competing in the marketplace and diversifying the product mix.
We look back over the past 20 years. One is humbling. The other is that it's very exciting to see all the things that we've done and how people across the country has embraced design essentials, how they embraced the vision that we've created over the years. So this is a moment in which, after 20 years of business, and to be able to share it with so many people and have so many people supporting us, it's one of those things that just said, hey, this is beyond our wildest imagination. So it's a really exciting time for us. And right now, we look forward to another 20 years.
It's a blend of natural ingredients that will moisturize and revitalize dry curls and waves while controlling frizz. With daily use, this lotion will soften the hair with beautiful lasting sheen. Our models look absolutely stunning. Oh, you can't tell her nothing, honey. Work it out, baby. Also, Design Essential Natural Curl Stretching Cream is a high-performance curl formulation with almond butter and soy that smooths and conditions high-textured hair while adding definition, moisture, and incredible sheen. Give it up for all of our beautiful natural hair models. And again, we have the Natural Curl Cleanser, the Natural Moisturizing Conditioner, Natural Daily Moisturizing Lotion, Design Essentials Natural Curl Stretching Cream, and Design Essential Natural Defining Cream Gel. It is a creamy, lightweight gel with strong holding properties that defines and separates curls while providing a natural sheen and controlling frizz.